G'day, how you going? I'm dusting off my Canon EOS 500 N. So it uses the Canon EF mount for its lens. What is it? 28 to 80. Now that's full frame, because remember this is full frame. Film is full frame. They got the size full frame, the name full frame from film. That's 35mm, you know, the size of, see that? That's full frame. That's where they got the name carried over from the film days. In Micro Four Thirds, this is a 14 to 40 lens. So I'm going backwards now. Most people go, oh, in full frame it's a 28 to, you know. So now I'm going backwards here. It's 14 to 40. So I'm going to go for a photo walk. I bought some black and white film. There you go. Ilford FP4 Plus 125. It's not that big of a stretch really from digital camera, because it's got the metering mode in there. It tells you here, you know, if you're over or under, you know, focus is automatic. Really, it's not that hard. It's not that much of a stretch from the digital. Except all you're doing now is you're just shooting. Your sensors changed, and your sensor is now this. So you get 24 sensors. You've got all the essentials of what you have in a digital camera anyway. So not much has changed really. Aperture priority, even program mode if you want, and then your metering mode. Really, the camera is up to your metering mode. I mean, God knows, before metering modes, I don't know how the hell people how the hell they must have. They're the real photographers before, you know, metering modes. So let's just have a look first of what this camera and the buttons that you got. L for lock, and it turns it off. That's completely automatic. That's for portraits, so you'll get nice blurry background, bokeh. So that's for landscapes. That's for macro, sports. In this one you can actually even hold the shutter button down and it'll do successive shutter. So I guess the film just keeps on moving. I mean, that's wasting film I guess, but if you want to capture that moment. And that's for night photography, night portrait. So what that is the flash will go off, but then it'll have a slow shutter speed, so it'll get the background illuminated as well. P is the same, but then you can also change. I think this button here tells you what you're in, and then in P program mode, remember program shift in the OMD, you can change it like that, program shift. That's when you're in P mode. And then you've got shutter priority, 350, 1 second. Aperture priority, aperture goes up to f27. I didn't know that. I always thought everything stopped at f22. And then you got manual mode, that changes the shutter speed. Now if you want to change the aperture, you got to press this thing here, aperture button, and then turn it. So you hold that down and then turn it. This here is your focusing point. You see there? They're the focusing point. All three dots means it's autofocus. If you want to change the focus, that's automatic. Focus on the right, focus in the center, focus in the left, and automatic. Let the camera decide where to focus. ISO inside here, it should be able to detect it. But if you want to change it, you can change it there. So we'll test that out, because this film is ISO 125. All right, let's turn it on. So you just got to get it to that orange mark there. It's already set it to ISO 125. And 24 photos. ISO 125, awesome. So aperture priority, 24 photos, wide open, bada bing, bada boom. There's your metering mode there. You see that? If you're underexposed or overexposed. Anyway, so tomorrow morning I'll go take some photos, process them, and then see how it goes.